Hello, everybody, and welcome to our latest coverage of the Legends of Chima TV series. The name eludes me.
Oh, come on.
Let's.
Isn't it the Snowball Effect?
Yeah. Thank you, LJ. The Snowball Effect. I'm not on my A game today. All the Bionicle news is taking it out of me. So yes, the latest episode, the Snowball Effect. This episode was very interesting. It was definitely not as much filler as the prior episodes kind of were. Significant stuff happens. Character, not really development. Nobody changes, but character. What's the word? I guess I don't know. I can't think of the word. They explained stuff about the characters in this episode, and it was very good. Very good to see. But we do our recaps, and usually LJ does them. However, this episode was recorded several days after the actual episode. Sorry, this coverage was recorded several days after the episode was released. And there's been a plethora of Bionicle news during that time. And it's kind of gotten in the way of things a little bit. So I'm going to be doing the recap this week.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam,
See how this goes.
I still don't know why you think your theme sounds like that. It does not sound like
It
that.
totally sounds like that.
It does not sound
we're
like
not doing this.
Okay.
Chima.
So
All right,
the episode
let's go.
starts off, and I'm surprised by this bit of continuity. The vultures are still fighting, quote unquote, the bears, and they're just sitting there. And then they decide, oh, maybe we should attack now, and they actually decimate them with a good amount of efficiency.
It's pretty hard to do because the bears are very active and fighting back. JK.
Well,
They're sleeping.
it's just the whole gimmick of them is that you missed season 2, but they have a lot of exposition with the bears and what they do. They share dreams. They all have interconnected dreams, and they're doing a lot of stuff in their dreams that translates to the real world. And they also wake.
Oh, really?
They wake
Huh.
very easily with quiet noises and not with loud noises. So I think that one vulture is gonna wake them all up.
Okay, you know what? Actually, that's actually kind of interesting. That's much better world building than I was expecting. Okay,
Yeah.
you're forgiven.
So yeah, I think that's gonna happen. The vulture bear dynamic is very funny. The theme of the episode was basically Surfangar trying to get Flinks again, as well as a subplot involving the mammoths trying to attack the rhinos. And Eris had another vision of Panthar, whoever, running and Mount Kavora falling to the ground. So to start
You
off,
forgot Laval's date.
well, that kind of plays into one another. I was gonna
That's
get
a subplot.
no, I mean like it plays into Surfangar's trying to get Flinks. We'll get
Right, but like that whole
no,
love
Kosh,
triangle.
no, don't stop my recap. I'm going to start off with the rhinos. So basically, the mammoths go to fight the rhinos, and they take out the rhino legend beasts, so they can't be super smart. All the rhinos bum around. They try to do stuff. They don't really succeed. All the rhinos get frozen. Eventually, the 3 rhinos that are left decide we're just gonna play, and they start snowboarding. That distracts the mammoths, and they decide, hey, we're gonna join too, and they eventually start playing ice hockey.
Meso,
What?
I believe the term you are looking for is antics ensue.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna not say it.
I'm disappointed.
Hey, you say it a lot.
Continue.
Okay. And it's mainly Mungus, and there's that mammoth dynamic that you love, Kai, even though they didn't play on the family relationship too much. It was just the mammoths doing stuff, and it was funny to a degree. And one thing I noticed right off the bat, the animation looked better in this episode for some reason. I don't know what it is. It was mainly with the ice tribes, but maybe it's just in my head. I don't know, but whenever I saw Mungus on screen doing stuff, it looked like a step up from the norm. So I just felt like mentioning that on the off chance it was intentional.
Right.
Let's see. So eventually the mammoth mother, gets things back on track, and it's up to that one female rhino, Renona, to save the day with the legend beast. And of note is the fact that she does not actually get the intelligence boost from the legend beast.
Which is interesting.
I don't know what they're going for. I don't know.
No.
I mean, like, I guess she could. It was there so she could be the the one able to rescue them with the help of the Legend Beast.
Yeah.
It just seemed a little like, like okay, you probably didn't go for it exactly, but making I feel like it's the only female Rhino, the only one who doesn't get an intelligence boost.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just
It was a
there's
little.
undertones. It's not like suggesting anything. It was
Yeah.
a little odd though.
It was a little odd. It could just as easily have been a plot point, like you said, to make her able to save them. But I don't know.
Right.
And then, they chased him off. That plot point was wrapped up quite nicely. The other half of the episode involved Laval's date with Liella, and Flinks kept interfering and being a nuisance. And, Sir Fangar is trying to kidnap him, as has been the case for some episodes now. And there's also this really interesting thing with him and Liella, or whatever. Apparently, he he has a thing for her, and he's trying to, kidnap her too, I guess, maybe. I'm not really sure. And he made this funny remark about how way back when she said to him, "You set my world on fire." Of course, she said that while we were burning her village down. Still. So that's a little interesting, the age difference between her and Laval.
Laval, yeah, that's a little interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, if you think about it, it's really weird. But I guess it happens in anime all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Because, like, Laval, how old is he really? He can't be older than 10 or a teenager of some kind.
I mean, like, he might be a teenager. He might be, like, if you stretched it out, I could see people saying that he was, like, 16. And that'd be that's the end of my, like, suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
I would not, that's as absolutely far as I would go.
I concur. So, that's a little bit of an interesting plot point. So they bum around, and it's funny to some people. Flinks doing his whole thing where he interrupts them, and all that fun stuff. And, it eventually becomes a plot point because he's put in danger, and then Laval's like, "Oh no, how could this happen to him?" But he's following him anyway, so he's not in harm's way. Because eventually Sir Fangar puts his plan into action. He's going to surprise the lions by coming in through the tunnels in their chi waterfall, which we, I think, had seen prior used by that one episode where the Crocs invaded. Maybe used a similar tactic.
I think that was like Krager once. I'm not.
Oh no, I remember
100%.
it was the wolves. It wasn't the Crocs.
Ah, fudge. Yeah, you're
that,
right.
That saga where the wolves were attacking everybody. They did that, and it worked well
Yeah.
for them. That was like our favorite episode too. Foxtrot. Way back when we said episode, that was where
Yeah, I remember that.
that was where stuff got good, and they're kind of doing a similar thing. So, props for recognizing what worked. And eventually, the lions are getting wrecked because Laval and the Legend Beast aren't there, because they tricked him into going outside with the Legend Beast and distracting him so they could attack from the caves. And who is there to save the day but Tormak? And he comes in from the tunnels, and Tormak's the tiger guy that is one of the tunnel cats and knows their tricks.
Sounds like a band name, the Tunnel Cats.
Yeah. But he's a pretty cool character and a competent fighter, and he wrecks them all. Does a bunch of stuff. And then we think the day is saved. Everything has gone well. The threat has been repelled, but the Sir Fangar escaped with Laval's father, who is now frozen.
What is it with this series and parents?
I don't know.
I guess it's supposed to be a coming of age story, and they keep putting the kids in the perilous positions, so it's assuming that, like, they're getting ready for leadership.
But in
eventually.
reality, they're all kind of incompetent. They just kind of look their way through it.
They kind of do, but, like, I mean, you have races that I can't imagine how the rhinos did anything without the help of their Legend Beast. You think the Legend Beast would feel so sorry for him that he would stick around?
I know, right? They seem
Because, okay,
confident.
within like one day, like actually, I don't know how long it's been since they delivered the Rhino Legend Beast to them, but they've already started a factory. Like they've started the factory, they've been processing gold ingots, and they started up like inflating the Chima economy, I guess.
Yeah, that was
Because I don't
that
know
was a
what
really
else you would
nice
use
scene.
gold for.
I loved that scene with the ravens coming in trying to steal it, and then they got frozen.
Right.
But
That was so great. The Ravens are so good, you know. But yeah, I don't know. The thing about the Rhinos is that I said before how like I've disliked the dumb characters, and they haven't like 100% fixed them, but they've made some interesting changes to them along the way. The Rhinos being intelligent with the Legend Beast around.
and then the bears have that whole
Much
thing
the
too.
Bears have the shared dreaming. The Gorillas have that like that world building thing where they eat through their homes. It's less like involved than the others, but even still, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm glad
They're trying.
Right, they're trying to, and it's legitimately making these tribes different. Like I don't see them as like the three dumb tribes. They now have distinguishing features.
Yeah, the gorillas aren't so much dumb as they are just kind of hippies.
Yeah, the gorillas have actually. I mean, they haven't really grown up. They've just gotten more smarter as time goes on. One thing I will note is that they seem to be really highlighting a lot of the female characters.
Yeah.
In these recent episodes.
Except for Crueler, who's gotten pushed to a perpetual side.
Crueller's but like there's
bongs.
What's her name? Last episode was that the gorilla chick. I'm not gonna remember these names. They're so similar to Gorilla.
I think Galoot.
Galoot.
Could be wrong.
Then they had the Rhino girl. Obviously there's Lyella and Eris, who have been Eris is a kind of a mainstay, but Lyella is slowly becoming a new main character, and just the amount of female characters they have here is actually kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Compared to even like stuff like Bionicle, which had very little female characters compared to male ones.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, it's a good thing to mention. I like the episode, honestly. It wasn't anything too great. The plot advancement wasn't too much per se. Laval's father's kidnapped. That's gonna cause some trouble. You know that. And they set up that thing with Sir Fangar and Liella, which we know plays an important part later on, based on you reading the description in the last coverage. So hey.
I know that kind of. I did like how they played it off this time. It's a bit more for comedic effect, which I guess I kind of like. Normally, I don't like it when stuff like this is just kind of done for like comedic stuff, but for a plot point, like it seemed to come a bit out of nowhere, and they seemed to play it off like very well into that character of Sir Fangar.
Sir Fangar is a very interesting character.
He's become a lot more eccentric as time has gone on.
Yeah, initially he had no personality at all. He was just kind of.
Initially, he was smart, but he was just there. And now they've given him a bit more of like this interesting person. Now, well, I guess a bit of personality. He's a collector, and he doesn't really take social cues all too well. But he's a lot more eccentric than he originally was. My only, not really complaint, but it just seems like it came out of nowhere a little bit. Like it wasn't there before, and they decided to add it in the last 2 or 3 episodes. But whatever. I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. I concur. Well, Aldo, what did you think of this episode?
Well, I didn't dislike it by any means. There were a lot of very humorous moments, especially with the rhinos and the mammoths. But I swear, the mother drives me up a wall, and Stinky Mungus make the hurdy.
He says that every episode.
I'll have to work on that voice. But anyway, so that was funny. And the whole thing with the rhino, the Legend Beast rhino. Although I must say, what you doing with the female rhino, guys? You're gonna anger some very particular people.
Lol.
It's not particular people. It is kind of odd to have the only female person in that tribe not be infected to be super intelligent. Granted, I guess that means that she is of normal intelligence. She's not like the normal stupid that the rhinos are.
Yeah, I guess
So-
not all rhinos have to be dumb.
But it's like I guess like it's like is Smurfette like was the only one who didn't get super smart or something. It's kind of like, but yeah, it's just a little. It's not. It's not. It's interesting. I guess it's an interesting choice. I'm not sure what they were going for exactly.
Yeah. Well, okay. Kai, what
So,
do you
yeah.
think? Oh, go first.
Yeah, but overall, it was an enjoyable episode. However, I swear, the whole romance stuff, it just, for some reason, it ground on my nerves a little bit more this episode. I don't know why, but it just did.
Because there's a lot more of it.
Okay. Flinks was extra annoying today. This episode. And I'm glad that Laval's father got captured, so we can just get the whole roster.
Wow. Yeah, Laval's
But-
father being captured is going to be very interesting later on, I feel. It may
Yeah,
give
it's extra
Laval some
motivation.
character development, because Laval's going to become temporary king. Oh no! I just clued into that.
Oh, fudge. No! Why'd you say that?
I just clued into it. It's not my fault.
No! What's the name of the next episode? Dang it.
We don't know. It's not out.
Yeah, but normally we know the name of the episodes before the release.
I guess I can find out. Let's see. In the meantime, talk about something.
Okay. Yeah, the episode was good. I enjoyed it. There were some major annoyances, specifically with Lyella and whatnot. Sir Fangar had some funny comments, like was mentioned earlier. She said that while we were burning her village, so... Whoops. That was funny. And then they they chucked Plovar off to the side this episode. They're like, take this stupid thing and get rid of it. And
Oh,
so they
yeah.
put him off to the side with like a pile of fish and birds. And then for some reason they just turn him upside down. You can see him pecking away.
Well, LJ, I was right. The next episode is literally titled The King Thing.
No!
Kai,
Dang it! You were on such a roll, Chima! And now you have to go and make Laval king!
yeah,
King!
I may have to protest this development.
That's it, we're going to Denmark. Let's go. Bionicle's coming back. Good job, Lego. You're making Laval king? We have to talk.
Yep, we need to talk, am I right?
He
Okay, Kai, do you have any other remarks?
lagged out of the call quite a while ago.
Oh, I didn't notice. I guess that explains.
He's back!
Kai, how long have you
I
been
am
gone?
back. Ever since LJ was supposed to give his opinions.
Oh. Well, we just realized because Laval's captured, they're probably gonna make because Gravis is captured.
Mhm.
They're probably gonna make Laval.
The make Laval king.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he just can't wait to be king. Da 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 da. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Alright.
You're dead to me. Yeah, it's funny. We looked up.
I mean, hey.
We looked up the
come
title
on.
for the next episode, and it's the King Thing. So hey.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely making him king.
Yep.
Well, you know.
We need to protest this
I'm
development.
trying to think of a never good Lion King reference. I'm not really thinking of one. Maybe that bird who used to clean Krager's teeth can be the bird that advises everybody. I guess.
Nah.
There's not really a Rafiki character there. All right. Anyhow, so let's see. Were you finished, LJ? Did you finish what you wanted to say?
Yeah, we were into your comments.
Okay. Here's my comments so far. Actually do kind of like where story's been heading for a good long while. This is the best we've added Chima in a long while. In terms of where the plot's going and like having a villain that I actually like having as a villain, not a villain that's trying to manipulate it at every turn or not as smart. Say what you will about Sir Fangor, but his army does make some good tactical decisions. The let's see, the mammoth thing continued. That dynamic is still going. I'm wondering how long it's going to take for the brother to turn on the mother, the older brother, not like Mungus. I'm wondering. I'm kind of counting it down.
What if it never happens?
I think what's going like I guess my thing with I don't know. It's going to be a payoff. I wish would happen. I want to see a more interaction between the Vulture and the Ravens because I love the Ravens, love the Vulture. I think that would be pretty awesome to mix together. But at the same time, it's also one of those things where like I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. They're both winged creatures. I don't know how they're going to plot it around that. I'm kind of losing what I was thinking. All right. One thing I wanted to say before, with like the advent of like the whole thing of the female character and the Rhino and all that stuff, they're trying to kind of not recuperate, but like to do stuff that wasn't so clear in earlier Chima episodes, and the Rhino thing is definitely one of them. I'm just not sure where else they're going to go from here in terms of the world building. After they do the whole thing of fire and ice, it's going to continue into 2015, right?
Yes, this season will continue into 2015, and I doubt Chima is going to last past 2015. So this will probably be the final season.
Well, okay, so that's what I'm kind of wondering then. I don't know where they're going to go to from here because it seems to be that Sir Fengar is getting like it's winding up to a big finale.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna go storm Sir Fengar and get Laverdis back and everything. There's not no more, but there's little to any mysteries left in Chima anymore.
But Kai, there's Ares' vision.
Oh, yeah, the thing coming down. I mean, I guess that might be the season finale. That's what's gonna happen there. But I don't know. I'm not sure how far they can carry this plot line. That being said, character like they're having more female characters is almost good. They also seem to be like, for the most part, they seem to be characters just because they're characters and not characters because they're female, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these characters are just they're just there. Not they're just there. They're like there doesn't matter what gender they are. They're just they're characters that add to the plot, and they're getting it so that's just the amount of good female characters for male characters. And, I'm kind of making a big deal out of it because Bionicle's coming back, and I'm not sure if they're going to follow that.
Yeah, there's like there's a rumor going around because of a catalog translation that Golly is no longer female.
Right.
I
and that's
swear.
I'm making such a big deal. It's like I'm hoping they're not going to do that.
Real quick, I just want to mention something about the episode. I noticed they froze one of the Red Pajama Party members.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
What the heck? I thought that couldn't get frozen.
I think it only works when they have fire chi. The red pajamas are just aesthetics. It's like a uniform.
Wow. Yeah, well.
Okay.
So okay. Yeah. We do know though because of the leaks that eventually. Can I talk about spoilers on the thing? Is that okay?
No.
Please no.
You are not allowed.
Unless it's Flinks' fire wings, no, don't do it.
Oh, it was gonna be fire wings.
You already mentioned that before.
Okay, yeah, fire wings. I guess like that's gonna become a thing. I don't know if the people in Ice are gonna get ice wings. I just when you structure a story like this and when you have a villain and you do all the, you build this arc where it's about to wind down, and this is the point where they would go and storm Sir Fangar's place, is when he has this he has Laverdis and he has all this stuff already with him.
Like Gravis,
I don't know where else to go from here.
You've said this before.
Gravis.
Laverdis is Shadow Wind. You didn't see.
Yes.
You didn't even watch season 2. Why are you saying Laverdis?
I don't know. I just remember that name. It just sticks with me.
But you didn't watch.
The idea is like what they're kind of locked in the stalemate now, unless Sir Fangar finds like a very important secret weapon or something. They're not going to get very far because the legend beasts are just going to unfreeze everybody. So they're kind of locked in the stalemate until now he has the Laval's father. But even after that, they're still locked in the stalemate. Sir Fangar can't really freeze everything, and because they will just melt it, and they like they're kind of, but instead of storming his castle, they're all kind of waiting to see what he'll do.
Yeah.
They're all reactionary. They're not like proactively going and hunting down these people in the tunnels.
Very true.
Also, does anyone else think it's a little weird that Layla is like thousands of years old, but she still has to like take orders from her dad? You know?
Well, it's not like
No
she
one else-
has to. It's just.
Well, I mean, I guess, but she's like the way she's acting, the way he's protective over her. It's like she's like a teenager, but she's like thousands and thousands of years old. You know?
Yeah. It is.
I mean, I guess like
interesting.
elves are kind of the same way in Lord of the Rings.
That is very
but-
true. Well, I think we're gonna end it. This has been a very interesting episode. Lots of discussion value. So, I thank you very much for listening. We're going to be back next week, and we are going to have the coverage out earlier than usual because I want to do a test of things. So expect it probably Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday. Until then,
Maybe.
thank you very much for listening to our latest coverage of the Legends of Chima TV series. I'm Messanek.
I'm LJ.
And I'm Lavertus. Another cam guy.
And we will see you all next week for the next exciting episode. Goodbye.